Hello guys, welcome to my channel where we try to cook. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail, but no matter what, we learn from our experiences. So as always, I'll pick a recipe today and we'll see if we can follow it and we'll see what results from it in the end. So guys, without further ado, let's begin! So guys, I hope you're hungry, because today what we'll try to cook is cabbage stew. So what we'll have today is a beautifully cooked, hopefully, cabbage stew with some smoked meat. Well, for me at least, not actually smoked meat because I have only some sausages, but you can use any meat you want. So let's see what we can do with it. Let's begin. Okay, so the recipe we'll be doing today is from a Romanian cook called Jamila. I will link her recipe in the description. It is based off it because actually I don't have all the ingredients and my cabbage is a little bit bigger than what was on her video. That's what she said. So I tweaked a little bit the ingredients, but pretty much what we'll need is the main actor of our entire play, the cabbage. We will also need the meat. I will use some sausages. We will need some tomato puree, tomatoey. We will need some condiments. So we will need some sweet paprika, some black pepper. I don't know what this is in English. I also don't know how to say this in English, and I also don't know how to say this in English. We'll need some onions, we'll need some bell peppers, and I've added some extra garlic just for the vampires. Good. And the last ingredient, but also very important, is a cup of coffee for energy and some wine for inspiration. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so let's begin. So I have washed my lettuce like this, and now let's take a sit. Let's take a cup of coffee. And the first part is to remove the extra layer, the layer that looks a little bit dirty, a little bit not okay, you know, you just remove it. I think that's what I saw on the internet, and you know the internet is never wrong. Good. So the first step is to make minced meat out of this cabbage. So in order to do that, we take the knife and we do a half cut. Smells so nice. Okay, well, I did a quarter cut. Now next we remove the middle part. Okay, and there is still a little bit more. You don't want any too hard parts in your cabbage, you know. Okay, I think this should be good enough. Okay, so we'll put this bit here. I see my cabbage is a little bit bad in this area, so we'll just remove this piece. Okay. Okay, now it's all good. Good, now we can begin. So we want to cut in small pieces. By the way, rate my cabbage cutting skill. I don't think I'll rate too high, but we'll see. Cabbage facts. Did you know that cabbage is actually a cure for hangover? Yep. So 500 years BC, someone after probably partying all night with Alexander said, "Trust me, bro, I know an ailment for the hangover." What other cool facts we know about cabbage? Did you know that cabbage is the secret superhero of vitamin C? Do you like oranges? Well, forget about them. 1 cup of cabbage gives you about half your daily vitamin C dose. Actually, old sailors used to have fermented cabbage to prevent scurvy. So, you can say cabbage saved pirate lives. What other superpowers does cabbage have? Well, cabbage is actually very resistant to cold. It can resist temperatures as cold as -6 degrees Celsius. When all plants die in the winter, cabbage survives. Well, that's not a problem anymore with global warming and stuff like that. But also, did you know that cabbage is a dinosaur salad? The Guinness World Record for the largest cabbage ever grown is 63 kilograms. 63 kilograms. That's heavier than an entire person. Well, not an American. I mean, you would need to have, I don't know, probably 3 cabbages of this size to equal an average American. But what other interesting facts about cabbage do we have? Well, what about the fart factor? Cabbage is actually loaded with sulfur compounds and fiber. And when the gut bacteria starts to work, they release hydrogen sulfide, which causes the cabbage smell. So, when people accuse you of smelly farts, just say, "I'm eating healthy." Okay, so let's start. As Jamila, the cook, we are stealing the recipe from said. First of all, we should put some oil. Let's oil this stuff up. Okay, and next we have to wait a little bit until the oil gets warm. After the oil gets warm, we will put our sausages. I have my sausages prepared here. They smell so good. I can't wait to just throw them in. Well, I think the oil got hot enough. Let's put the sausages. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. And now we should fry them up a little bit. So I'll see you guys after they're ready. Okay, so the sausage is pretty much done. Let's take a look at it. Looking so good, so good. Okay, I have my refreshment here. And let's resume. So the sausage has been done. Next, we'll take the onions and put them in the oil where the sausage fried. And also we'll take our bell peppers and put them there as well. We want to keep them there until they soften up. Jamila said it will take about 5 minutes. So for 5 minutes at not a very big fire, toss the onion and the bell peppers around until they become soft. And while you do that, you have one hand free to drink. Ah, that's nice, that's nice. Okay, so we'll hear shortly. Okay, so the onions and bell peppers are done, but there is one huge problem with it. It is not vampire proof. So we have these garlic cloves and we will smash them on the onions and the bell peppers. Why is this step important? It is very important in order for us to protect against vampires when we go outside at night. You might hear things like, oh, vampires aren't real and stuff like that. That is vampire propaganda. And we as good Romanians know better than that. So a lot of garlic, as much as you can, to protect yourself. Okay. Why did I put the garlic now when the onions and the bell peppers are already done? It's because the garlic gets burned very easy. So we just have to toss it around a little bit, let all the nice garlic flavors come out. I can already hear the vampires screaming in agony and running away. So that's very good. And we don't have to keep it a lot. As I said, garlic very easily burns. That should be enough. So now, as Lady Jamila told us, we have to take our cabbage, the star of this recipe, and put inside our pot just a little bit of cabbage. Not too much, not too little. Cabbage has a lot of volume now, but because of the heat, it will soften up and become smaller very fast. So we put a batch of the cabbage. We toss it around a little bit until it loses volume. After it lost its volume, we'll put again another batch of cabbage, and we'll do so again and again and again until we've put all of our cabbage here in. That will take a while. Don't forget to toss. You don't want the cabbage to get burned, so toss from time to time and just wait. Now it's a waiting game. Either way, don't worry, you're now vampire safe. I guarantee it. Oh my god, so much garlic smell. Mwah.
Random cabbage facts part 2. Did you know that cabbage juice contains compounds that can help detoxify your liver and may actually reduce ulcers? In 1950, doctors literally prescribed cabbage juice therapy. The taste? Extremely bad, but no benefit without some pain. Also, did you know that cabbage head was actually an insult in Old England? But actually, cabbage is packed with vitamin K and anthocyanin, which are nutrients linked to brain health. So actually, the real cabbage heads probably are the smart ones. Also, did you know that in Eastern Europe, actually babies come hidden in cabbage leaves, not brought by storks? So, next time you buy a cabbage, check the leaves. You might be a daddy or a mommy.
Okay, so the cabbage is done. Now we have to put the condiments. So we'll take whatever this is called in English and we'll put some leaves. There are some aromatic leaves. I have no idea what they're called in English. So I'll put 4 or 5. You don't eat them. They just make the food better. We'll put some salt. Okay. We'll put some sweet paprika. It's in Romania it's called boia. I have no idea if boia and paprika are necessarily the same thing, but they're pretty much, I think they pretty much are. Okay. Okay. Then we'll put some of this. I don't know how it's called in English, but you have Google Translate, your big boys and girls, you can find it. Okay. Then we'll put some pepper. Okay, then we will mix it up, and if you want we can put a little bit more afterwards. My golden rule usually is put less condiments at the beginning, then after the food is almost done, taste it a little bit, and if you think it needs more condiments, put more condiments, because if you put the condiments at the beginning, you put too much of them, it's really hard then to fix the issue. If you put too little, then it's simple, just add more later. So do it like that, I would say. Okay, after we have tossed the cabbage stew a little bit, we will add some water. Jamila, I think, said 250 milliliters per 2 kilograms of cabbage. I have no idea how many kilos of cabbage I have, so I'll put, I don't know, 300, 400 milliliters. Okay, now you will let your cabbage to absorb the water. I'll put the lid, I think, have covered just to make some steam so the cabbage cooks better, and you leave it like this until the water evaporates, however much that takes. So just check it from time to time, toss the cabbage a little bit, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so the cabbage is almost done. I took 1, 2, 3 or perhaps more cups of wine in the meanwhile. So now, if the cabbage is done, we'll put our tomatoes in. And with the tomatoes, we'll put our sausages as well. And we'll mix all of it. I'll put a little bit more tomato paste, and then we will let it on the fire for, I don't know how many minutes, check with Jamila. I think until the tomato paste loses its water and it all becomes a more cohesive mixture. So just, I don't know, wait for a few minutes, mix it, see if it's too watery. If it's too watery, leave it a little bit more, but the food is almost done. And at the end, check, taste check it, see if it needs more salt, more pepper, so on, so forth. And don't forget at the end to put some of this condiment, and the food is pretty much done. And we will see each other at the end. Okay guys, so the meal is done. It smells amazing and I think I'll start to eat it with a little bit of wine. So guys, that was my cooking challenge. Well, if you managed to stay this far, let me know. What other recipe should I try to cook? Well, until next time, have fun cooking because cooking should be fun. See you later. Bye.